The gentleman from New Mexico is recognized for 5 minutes.
Madam Speaker, Americans need jobs. Up until now, Republicans have ignored this problem, and now they're making it worse. Our nation's large and unsustainable budget deficit is staring us in the face. But is it critical moments like this when we must approach our nation's greatest challenges with responsibility and prudence? The approach we take must focus on responsible cuts, which will have a lasting impact on the deficit, not arbitrary short-term cuts to programs that are needed to prepare the next generation of American workers and taxpayers. Consider the effects of the bill before us on Specialist John Carabillo from my home state of New Mexico. Specialist Carabillo served in the Army for 6 years. He was deployed to Iraq twice during his service. He then enlisted with the National Guard and served an additional tour in Iraq. After returning to New Mexico, Specialist Carabillo decided he wanted to go back to school and earn his degree in IT. The Pell Grant scholarships and GI benefits Specialist Carabillo receives have allowed him to enroll in an associate's program at a vocational school. When he graduates, he hopes to find an IT job at Kirtland Air Force Base. The Republican bill would cut Specialist Carabillo's Pell Grant scholarship. This cut in his financial aid means that he'll have to take fewer courses this year and graduate later, try to take a loan he can't afford, or drop out of school. Specialist Carabillo is not alone. If students who rely on college aid from the Pell Grant program drop out of school, America runs the risk of dropping out of the first place in the world economy. This motion to recommit would be a down payment to restore Specialist Carabillo's future. Simply put, this motion to recommit would transfer funds from the Department of Education administration to fund Pell Grant scholarships at the current level. My amendment to restore these scholarships won't add a penny to the deficit. In fact, this MTR is paid for by cutting...
The gentleman suspend. The House is not in order. The gentleman deserves to be heard.
This MTR is paid for by cutting salaries and expenses at the Department of Education and takes them back to fiscal year 08 levels. So this motion to recommit calls on the House to make a choice. Do we want responsible, measured spending cuts or reckless ones? Do we want cuts to come at the expense of middle-class America or corporate special interests? Do we want a weaker America that cuts education, or a stronger America that competes and wins in the global economy? On whose side are we on? We say we're on the side of American jobs. We're on the side of American education. We're on the side of working families and their sons and daughters. I urge my colleagues to vote yes on this motion to recommit, and I yield back the balance of my time.